Ladies and gentlemen, race fans from all around the world, tonight we celebrate a dream. One man, one crazy idea, a vision so wild people laughed, shook their heads and said, that'll never work. But Wayne Bridges didn't back down. No, he said, let's take asphalt cars and run them on dirt. They said he was out of his mind. They said it couldn't be done. But guess what? Bam! Here we are! Welcome to Wayne's World Racing Series, now proudly known as the S Series. Yeah, that's right, asphalt street stocks on dirt. Where drivers strap into these pavement beasts and sling them sideways through the clay. This is the wildest, craziest, most heart-pounding show you'll ever see. And you're watching it on BobbethTV, called by the voice himself, the one and only Bob. These dirt warriors are throwing asphalt muscle like it's nothing. Slide jobs, door slams, and chaos from green flag to checkers. Who's your pick? Who can tame the ass and take the crown this year? Buckle up, race fans, because tonight history writes another chapter. Started with a dream, just a wild, crazy plan. Wayne Bridges stood tall, said, I know I can take those asphalt cars, put them on the clay. They all laughed, but look at us today. Welcome to Wayne's World, let's light it up. Dirt flying high, no giving up. From the blacktop kings to the clay track fight, S Series, baby, this is your night. This is your night. Pavement beasts throwing tails in the dirt, roosters flying and the engines hurt. Bob on the mic calling every turn as those tires spin and the clay roads burn. Welcome to Wayne's World, let's light it up. Dirt flying high, no giving up. From the blacktop kings to the clay track fight, S Series, baby, this is your night. This is your night. They said he was crazy, said it couldn't be done. But Wayne lit the fuse, and we all saw the sun. Now the dirt explodes, hear that battle cry. Take the ass or kiss that dream goodbye. Welcome to Wayne's World, let's light it up. Pavement beasts in the dirt, what's up? From the blacktop kings to the clay track fight, S Series, baby, this is your night. This is your night. Wayne Bridges, you mad genius, you did it. This is the S Series, baby, and it ain't going anywhere.
All right, BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. We've got another episode of Mud Mule TV coming your way. Let's get some race sound on our screens. We've got two races coming up here tonight. We're going to start off the night with this one. The Wayne's World Arse Racing Series Asphalt Street Stocks here at Fairbury Speedway, Fairbury, USA. As we get our race info up on the screen, it is. Thank you very much. Currently in practice session with about a minute or so to go before we head on over to qualifying. Let's get down to the track. Look and see who's quick time. Chad put a ball 13.08.5, 13.157, 13.351. There's a bit of a gap between the top three cars there. We've got 13 cars putting a time down. Looks like 13 cars registered for today's race. Just get up. As we get some racing going. Up after this one, though, we've got the non-wing 360 sprint cars. They'll be at Volusia Speedway Park for the Shuler Racing Series. Doing that while we intro. How are we today, guys? Did you catch the racing yesterday? We had the recent Monument Dirt Street Stocks. We had the KP Plumbing Modifieds. Travis McDonald and Kent McLean. Kent McLean picked up the Street Stock win. Travis McDonald picked up the UMP Mods win. He's going to pick up the two wins today. We've still got the Motorwear International Limited late models tomorrow. That will wrap up the Knuckleheadz iRacing Lease Racing Week. So fluey and horrible today. But I can talk, so we will get the broadcast out. That's what we're here for today. That's Victory Lane here at Fairbury Speedway. Let's boys get ready for the 5-minute qualifying session. Alan Hunt 14.592. That's our first quick time on the board. 13, here comes some 13 times. 13.9, 13.8, 13.7, 13.6. Travis McDonald. So that low line is working out down there. Alan Hunt, Travis McDonald, Mikey mixture on our screens at the moment. Chad Puddlebolt does have quick time Brain Angel, and that man there, Travis McDonald, the top three, 13.362, 13.472, and 13.497, but that has just changed. Alan Hunt did get a 13.362, but Chad Puddlebolt 13.314. 13.362 for Alan Hunt, 13.186 for Chad Puddlebolt. He is just continuously getting faster. Why are we stuck on these guys though? The cars on the track we can show qualifying of, Bob. But no, it's the Travis McDonald qualifying hour. Right, while they're finishing off the qualifying, getting those times on at the board. Just check and see if the kettle's boiled. Alright, coffee made, qualifying should be just about done. Hey Lulu. BobbethTV house cat. Yep. Oh no, 3 minutes is up. I was about to say, yep, just as walk in, 3 minutes expires, but it's a 5-minute qualifying session. So still got 2 minutes, but it looks like all the cars that registered have got their times on the board. Alan Hunt, Christiana is still out there by the looks of it. That's That looks like they've all finished. So looks like 13:017. Chad just continuously improving that quick time. At 13:314 looked like it was going to be the time to beat, but 13:017 is the time. 13:222 for Andy Williams, 13:249 for John Bennett, 13:327 for Tom Land and Brian Angel, 13:351 for the top five. Then you've got Alan Hunt, Brett Vanderwood, Mikey Mixter, Wayne Bridges, Travis McDonald, Mike Davis, Chris Standridge, and Tim L. Brown. Why did I hear that alert? Do I not switch my audio? I did switch my audio over. Vicky Shuler in the YouTube chat. Way to go, Chad. Chad scoring pole position for the Waynesworld Racing Series here tonight. We're just waiting out the remainder of the qualifying time. Let's get some of this coffee into me, see if that wakes me up and gets that throat working a bit better. Ow, hot. All right, looks like we're good to go. Let's get out to the grid. The Heat 1, the Waynesworld Racing Series Asphalt Street Stocks here at Fairbury Speedway. All right, Chad Putterball, Tom Land. That is the front row for this battle. Brett Vanderwood, Travis McDonald, and Tim L. Brown will round out this heat. I believe it's two 25-lap heats here tonight for the main event. That main event will have Alan Hunt and Chad Putterball go to the rear of field, though, as they are the recent winner and points leader of this racing series. Let me just double check. I'm sure there was an announcement about it. Waynesworld R Series, Fairbury Speedway, twin 25s. So yeah, twin 25 lapper features here tonight. 50 laps, all up, door-to-door racing guaranteed. George McDonald in the chat as well. Hello, sir. Welcome in. Vicky and George might go at it a little bit in this heat race. Travis McDonald on the track, as well as Chad Putterball. Both those guys are staunch supporters of both Chad Putterball and Travis McDonald. Right, off we go. Looks like Brett Vanderwood trying to make that bottom line work. That looked like it was going to work in practice and in qualifying. But up the front, Tom Land has taken our race lead. Chad Putterball falling back to second. Travis McDonald is currently third, with Brett Vanderwood and Tim L. Brown fourth and fifth. Chad managed to get past Tom there, but got a bit loose, lost a bit of control on the car. That sort of washed off a bit of that momentum, allowed Tom to get back into that race lead, 4 of 6. Around 3 and 4 for that third last time, sorry. This will be the second last time, 5th of 6 laps, 2 to go. White flag lap, wasn't supposed to click on the racing screen. All right, there we go. Heat 1 done and dusted. Let's get to those results. As Tom Land pops that car up on the infield tyre there. All right, Tim L. Brown in 5th. Yoda Outlaws, Brett Vanderwood in 4th. Travis McDonald finished 3rd. Chad Putterball, the Dirt Warrior Racing, in 2nd. But Motorway International Tom Land takes out the Heat 1 victory. And we'll start on the pole in the feature race. Andy Williams, Brian Angel, Mikey Mixter, and Mike Davis will be in our second heat. All right, race is about to start. Looks like Andy Williams is going to have a decent little run. No, it looks like Brian Angel on the outside might have been able to get that car up to speed a little bit quicker. Let's have a look here. And able to keep that lead. Brian does have the run out of the exit of the turns, but that low line seems to carry enough speed through to get him back up to speed to get him into that race lead as he comes through the turns. Now he's going to clip that infield tyre, shoot up the track a little bit. He gets through the 99 and the 7 of Brian Angel. 99 of Mike Davis, the 13 of Mikey Mixter there, as he unfortunately has to send that car to the pits. It is severely damaged with about 3 laps to go. Still to come. There it is. There's the checkered flag for Heat 2. So there we go as they line up for our third and final heat for the Wayneswood iRacing Series. Andy Williams in 4th, Moody Murphy's Mike Davis in 3rd, Mikey Mixter 2nd. Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel will line up on the front row alongside Tom Land as we get to our third and final heat race for the Wayneswood iRacing Series. Before we switch on over to the twin 25-lap main event features, John Bennett, Alan Hunt on that front row, Wayne Bridges and Chris Standridge on that second row. Trucks to the left, the track the boys are going to come through 3 and 4 for this last time, get this race going. Alan Hunt off to a great start. He is our mistaken points leader. Yeah, 47 points, 35. Chris Standridge and Chad Puttable equal second. Still Alan Hunt, John Bennett, Wayne Bridges, Chris Standridge. Chris Standridge just got past Wayne in the background there for 3rd place, it looks like, as they battle for relative similar up the front. Alan Hunt, John Bennett, they're going to battle side by side. 2 laps to go here. Can John keep that race lead on the high line? I think he's going to. Yes, he will, as he moves that car clearly into our race lead. Alan Hunt's going to try a little slider line there for the white flag lap. But he's not going to give him that position he wanted. So we come down the backstretch in 3 and 4 for the final time for the Wayneswood iRacing Series heat racing action. John Bennett is going to pick up the 3rd heat victory here. As we get quickly through our heat races. All right, in 4th. Wayne Bridges, Outcast Racing's Chris Standridge in 3rd. Alan Hunt in 2nd. J&J Motorsports, BAM Motorsports driver John Bennett is our race winner for Heat 3. Let's get to our grid. Straight into our first of 2 races here. Tim Brown, Wayne Bridges on that front row. Andy Williams and Brett Van Wood on that second row. Chris Standridge and Mike Davis will be on the third row. Travis McDonald and Alan Hunt, fourth row. Fifth row, Mikey Mixter and Chad Puttable. John Bennett and Brian Angel will be on that sixth row. Seventh row will be Tom Land. All right, looks like the boys, Alan Hunt, Chad Puttable, thought they might have gone to the rear of field for the final feature race, the second one. It looks like they're pulling out the back for the first feature race. Boys roll around and get things going. I'm just going to quickly feed the cats. I forgot to do that earlier. Excuse me. Oh, here comes a big one. Give me a sec, guys. Right, we are off and racing. 13 cars, 225 lap feature races. This is officially our Consi race. Constellation or B main, if you will. Sort of jump around the track a little bit here. As we have Wayne Bridges in our race lead, Brett Benwood second, John Bennett currently third, Mike Davis fourth. Tom Land is in fifth, Chad Puttable sixth, seventh Brian Angel, Mikey Mixter, Tim Brown, Alan Hunt eighth, 9th and 10th, Chris Standridge, Travis McDonald, Andy Williams 11th, 12th and 13th. Michael Mad Dog Davis there, beautiful representation of the BobbethTV channel. Like that font actually. A bit of contact with Mad Dog and Brian Angel there. Motigan Mafia versus Yoda Outlaws at the moment here for 6th and 7th. Oh, there has been a crash, however. Looks like John Bennett, Brett Vanderwood, maybe. Let's have a look-see. There's the 92 of Wayne Bridges. There's John Bennett. There's oh, John got up into the wall a little bit, tried to come down off of it, came across the nose of Brian Angel. And it's going to take second and third out of that run. Dirty as. Sakes, I hate that. You cleared them and they look clean. You put them on and it's like, nope, that's a giant smudge right across the whole eye. There we go. Live screens, we get this one back underway. Lap 10 at 25. It's going to be lap 11. When we get this one started, Wayne Bridges, Tom Land, Brian Andrew, Chad Puttable, Mikey Mixter, Mike Davis, Alan Hunt, Tim Brown, John Bennett, Chris Standridge, Andy Williams, Brent Vanderwood, Travis McDonald on that final line by himself. It's going to be 91 and 92 up front. Tom Land and Wayne Bridges, Chad Puttable, Brian Angel, Mikey Mixter, but that top five is going to be battled very fiercely in a moment. As we see a number of cars sort of coming up. That outfield wall seems to be really affecting second place there. John Bennett was the last target, victim. Now Wayne Bridges seems to be collecting it a little bit. Past the halfway mark, we're at 14 to 25, about 12 laps remain. Boys are going to set this one up. They're going to run the 25 laps. That'll set up the starting order for our second 25 lap feature here. We've already had the EOLs, so Alan Hunt, Chad Pribble will start where they qualify. Alan Hunt, our points leader. Chad Pribble's last week's winner. Speaking to Chad, there he is there in third. Looks like he's got a Mike 13, Mikey Mixter in fourth place behind him. He's got those black X's coming for him. John Bennett's back there as well. You can see Brian Angel. A few car spaces back behind them. Chris Standridge, Alan Hunt, Andy Williams, Mike Davis, Tim L. Brown, Brett Vanderwood, Travis McDonald. Looks like Brent's got a black flag though. Not sure if that is incident count or something's happened. Our racing pretty fiercely at the moment. No real craziness. 5 to go. Oh, there's been a big crash. Looks like it involves Wayne Bridges. So that must have been up the front somewhere. Let's have a quick look. There's Wayne there. Let's have a squeeze. First, second, third here. Wasn't the second place. It looks like first still hitting the wall as well, but yeah, second got up into the wall and just couldn't get off of it. The 20 of Chad Pribble got into him as well, and so did a lot of the other cars, all trying to keep that high line. Throat is shit. Just trying to work out if we're back on the race or what's happening. Tom Land scored in the race lead, which we took his standards and stuff up ahead. Got a white flag lap. I'm not really sure what the positioning is, but it looks like Tom Land is going to be our race winner. Yeah, it looks like Tom Land, Andy Williams, Alan Hunt will be the top three there. 30 minutes into our broadcast, and we have done 3 heat races, 1 25 lap main event. We've still got one more 25 lap main event to go for the Wayne's World Racing Series here, the Asphalt Street Stocks. Looks like our results for the Cruisey are available, so let's go over those as they get ready to grid for the main event as the fireworks go off. J&J Motorsports, BAM Motorsports driver John Bennett in 13th. Wayne Bridges finished 12th. Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Pribble in 11th. Travis McDonald in 10th. Mikey Mixter 9th. Sorry, I don't know why I said 13th. That's his number. Chris Standridge, Outcast Racing in 8th. Brian Angel for Yoda Outlaws in 7th. Teammate Brent Vanderwood for Yoda Outlaws in 6th. Our top 5 Modiggy Mafias, Mike Davis in 5th. Tim L. Brown 4th. Alan Hunt 3rd. Andy Williams in 2nd. But Motor International driver Tom Land will take out the victory. That will mean our grid for this one. Where's Wayne going? Looks like it's going to be John Bennett and Wayne Bridges on that front row. Chad Pribble and Travis McDonald second row. Mikey Mixter and Chris Sanders third row. Fourth row, Brian Angel and Brett Vanderwood. Mike Davis and Tim L. Brown on that 5th row. Alan Hunt and Andy Williams on that 6th row. And Tom Land will be on that 7th and final row. We did see Wayne Bridges and I think another car pull out. Might have been Alan Hunt, I'm not sure. Might have been Tom Land because he won this main event. But it looks like it's going to be John Bennett and Travis McDonald on that front row. second 25 lap main event. We've still got 25 minutes before the beginning of the Shuler Racing Series non-wing sprints. A lot of banging and beating back there we can sort of see a moment ago. Looks like the caution not out though, as John Bennett keeps that race lead. Chad Putterbolt, Brett Vanderwood, Travis McDonald, Brian Angel in the top 5. Mike Davis, Christian Jalen Hunt, Tim L. Brown, Mikey Mix in the top 10. Wayne Bridges, Andy Williams and Tom Land, the rest of that 11 to 13 field. Coffee. That last little shot of caffeine goodness right at the bottom of the mug. Stan Jalen Hunt, Mikey Mixer. This is 6th, 7th, and 8th here. Oh, looks like caution has come out. I'm just going to flick out a message to the mother-in-law about something throughout the race. Set back up. Let's scroll through the telemetry, see if we can see Wayne Bridges, Tom Land, Mike Davis. That one looks like. So it's just a simple play button. Oh, there's that contact there. The 91 just got to the back of the 99, and the 92 had nowhere to go. Alright, here we go, lap 8 of 25, first caution for our main event. This is the feature race of the Williamsburg iRacing Series for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Whoa, Chad Putterbolt, is he okay? He come up across that nose, got thrown into the safety barrier, has not been let go by some of those other cars just yet, as they carried him all the way around to the start finish line. He's had to tow that all the way to the pits. That is unfortunate. Travis McDonald, Brett Vanderwood, but caution straight back out. A couple of quick cautions here. So it might have been Wayne Bridges, Tom Land, Tim L. Brown, this one. So Wayne not having the greatest luck in the Wayne's World Arse Racing Series here tonight. Only 2 car up high there. Chris Hendrick ahead of him. Tom Lamb behind him. Looks like Chris might have got into someone, crashed down into one of the Yoda Outlaws boys, and that set that chain reaction off. If I scroll back a little bit further, what I've seen, Chris? No. So it didn't even tell me Chris had crashed in that incident. Off we go and racing. Let's get a little bit closer to the action here as Travis McDonald, Brett Benwood, Alan Hunt, Brian Angel, John Bennett. This race going, Andy Williams, Mikey Mixter, Mike Davis, Tim L. Brown, Tom Land. Except Wayne Bridges, so Chad Puttable has retired. We'll see him back on our screens for the Shuler Racing Series. That's up in about 15-20 minutes. That session will start. We'll just see out the remainder of this one at first as we come up on some lapped traffic. Pastel P, yo, what's up? How you doing? Love your streaming energy. You're doing amazing. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Look, there's normally a little bit more energy. I've normally had about 2 more coffees, and I'm not fluey or feeling unwell. But today, just a little bit under the weather. So hopefully, the race broadcast still at least somewhat watchable as we get to lap 17 of 25. Only 8 and a bit laps remain. Travis McDonald, Brett Vanderwood, Brian Angel, Andy Williams, and John Bennett the 5. Alan Hunt, Mikey Mixter, Mike Davis, Tim L. Brown, Chris Sanders the 10, Tom Lamb, Wayne Bridges the 11 and 12. We've lost Chad Puttable. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Wayne's World Arse Racing Series. The Arse are asphalt street stocks racing on a dirt track. Twin 25 lap features here tonight. This is our second of those 2 features. A little bit of contact there between the Yoda Outlaw teammates. Brian Angel and Brett Vanderwood there coming in to contact with 5 to go. That one is going to be an interesting conversation after the race. Brian Angel, Yoda Outlaws teammate, Brett Vanderwood coming into contact. Brett Vanderwood getting the meatball. Oh, give me a second. Let me just remember I've got my little nasal thingy inhaler. See how that goes. So Pastel, how did you find us? Did you just see us on iRacing on Twitch, or do you know anyone on the track? Possibly a Fat Duck Gaming person? Just know how you found us, man. I don't think the pace track has left the track yet, but it looks like we're off and running. Oh no, I think we're just getting everything lined up. Okay. Now we're going to get things going. 5 laps remain in this feature race of the Wayne's World Arse Racing Series. Asphalt street stocks here at Fairbury Speedway. No, the caution came straight back out. Can't quite see why though. Looks like it was a competition one maybe. Something might have happened to Mikey Mixter. He did jump to the pits. As did Tim L. Brown. Smells Vicks. Oh, just clearing my nose up a bit though. Not my throat, just my nose. Alright, looks like single file restart. It's going to be lap 23. 3 laps remain. It's going to be Travis McDonald, Brian Angel, Andy Williams, John Bennett, Alan Hunt, Mike Davis, Chris Standridge, Tom Land, Wayne Bridges, Brett Vanderwood, Tim L. Brown, Mikey Mixter, Chad Puttable not on the track. 10 cars remain for these final 3 laps, sorry. Lap 22 of 25, lap count reset. These boys are going to be fighting for every last position, so this may breed a bit of yellow flags, a bit of caution. Yeah, there we go. 7 of Brian Angel, our first victim in that one, as every position is very important with 2 or 3 laps to go. People are going to take every chance they can have. You'll get access to, and that's what just happened there with Brian Angel being turned around a little bit. Alright, pace truck leaving the track. Looks like we might get this one back underway. Two-lap race going to start in front with Travis McDonald. White flag lap. All right, there we go. Andy Williams lets Travis McDonald know he is congratulating him as everyone else comes in with the high fives. Let's get our results up on the screen. All right, feature results. We know 13th place, Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Puttable, unfortunately finishing there. Tim L. Brown in 12th, Mikey Mixter 11th. Then we had the Yoda Outlaws boys, Brent Vanderwood and Brian Angel in 10th and 9th. 8th place was Chris Standridge from Outcast Racing. Wayne Bridges from Wayne's World Racing Series in 7th. Motor International's Tom Land in 6th. Our top 5, Moding Mafia's Mike Davis in, 5th. Our points leader coming into tonight, Alan Hunt in 4th. Oh, frick off, hiccups. J&J Motorsports and BAM Motorsports driver John Bennett 3rd. Andy Williams 2nd. But Travis McDonald picks up his 2nd racing win for the week. Won the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds yesterday and has taken out the Wayne's World Arse Racing Series here today. Let's get over to the chat and see what he thinks of that race. Alright, here he is. Congratulations, Travis McDonald, taking the momentum from the KP Plumbing Services UMP Modifieds yesterday all the way over here to Fairbury Speedway in the Asphalt Street Stocks. Looks like there were going to be a couple of different people sort of vying for that race lead, having a go at that race, at a shot at a win here. We knew that Alan Hunt and Chad Puttable were going to be behind the 8 Ball, being last week's winner and points leader respectively. But yeah, that race, really good race, the first heat. Second heat, obviously those points, those positions, very important in the dying stages, so a few more cautions, a bit more hectic racing. But talk us through it, mate. 50 laps done and dusted in the Asphalt Street Stocks. How did they handle?
Wasn't too bad. I mean, they were tight in the get-go, loose towards the end, but the main thing I seen was Fairbury was coming out of 4. The outside wall would each down straightaway if you wasn't careful. 1 and 2 was great. it was a weird track with those. If you tried to run bottom, you choked up real bad, then you'd spin like crazy coming out. So
Yep.
it was kind of pretty much just roll the top and hope for the best.
No, definitely. And as I say, it looked like a lot of different people hoping for the best. There was a couple of crashes that sort of took out, I think, second to fourth really seemed like that boogeyman spot where if it wasn't the outside wall through the turns, a lot of the guys getting a bit high and getting stuck on the wall. Another couple, issues seem to be that just coming down off the high line away from the wall and coming across the nose. So I feel like that outside wall was the high line really fast, and that was what sort of enticed that people really high up there, or was it just that sort of misjudgment of getting a little bit too high on the track through the turns for some of them?
No, the high line to me was the fastest because these cars here, it seems like the smoother you drive them, the faster you are. And that was the only place you could really have a real consistent, lap and stay up there and just let it roll around.
Yep. Now, so this is like, I think this is round, I think about 8, 6 or maybe 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th. So 7 rounds of the Asphalt Street Series, the iRacing series. Asphalt Street Stocks, I just gave it a fake name then, Asphalt Street Series. The Asphalt Street Stocks, the iRacing series. How are you liking it? Is it something that you were sort of hoping to like or thought you'd be comfortable with coming in? Is it something you sort of picked up some skills for? Talk us through that.
I mean, first couple of races was hectic. I think everybody's still kind of getting used to them. They're different. I mean, they ain't no two tracks to me so far handled the same. I mean, there's been some really good tracks that you can manage and be comfortable in, but it's a weird car to get used to, so to speak.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, we do race the dirt street stocks, the race monument dirt street stocks. That was yesterday's race. In comparison, I mean, obviously, it's not like just changing the tire set out and in the same car, but is there much comparison? Can you learn a bit from the dirt street stocks and apply that to the asphalt street stocks, or vice versa?
Oh, yeah, being smooth and not spinning your tires in them is the main key in both of them, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit of throttle control
Of
stuff
course,
like that.
yeah, these here you got to have more though. Like street stocks is more controllable.
Yep. It's just simply turn right to go left and sort of hold on with these ones. A little bit more work to be done on them, and geez, you guys make them look very, very easy out there. For anyone that was watching at home, the reason I asked that question is because I can drive a street stock. I'm somewhat competent in a street stock, dirt street stock. But these guys, yeah, like I remember, and I've spoken about this in the past, where they said, look, yeah, we're going to bring out some dirt tires for some of these other street cars. And to me, that just sounded like, oh, okay, dirt tires, they're going to stick. It's going to drive like a dirt street stock or the equivalent engine sort of build. No, they don't. They don't. It is so hard to keep them set, to keep them sort of online, and to keep that speed up. And as I say, you make them look so easy, especially that low line here tonight. Some of you guys made that look really competitive, used that really well, especially in that first in the B main. I think a lot of the guys sort of surprised a few people before that high line came in. All right, well, we've still got 5 minutes before we chuck on over to the non-wing 360 sprints. That one is going to be at Volusia Speedway Park. So that one, we seem to go from handful to handful, don't we? Street stocks and European mods yesterday. Asphalt street stocks here today. Non-wing 360 sprints. You couldn't have two very extremely different sets of series there. All right, we'll ask the same question. It might be a dumb question. Is there anything that you've picked up here tonight that you think might help you in the 360s, or will you sort of be looking for things like that as you handle the 360s?
Not really. I mean, the 360s is one of those, I think, or any of the non-wings. The more you baby them and just try to keep it under control, the faster you are, so to speak. I mean, there's Knoxville track, that you can use some of the power at, but it's still, you had to watch. I mean, you couldn't keep it out of the wall if you come down the straightaway wide open and tried to turn. I mean, you'd go from the bottom of the track to the top in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and that's another time we've seen that where, cars coming out of the exit of 401 and 402, sorry, and having that push up and coming across the nose of some of those other cars with the change in speed. So no, definitely something to look out for. All right, my man. Look, we heard about them yesterday. We can never hear about them enough. Friends, family, and sponsors. Who do you need to give a shout out for making this little world we live in possible?
Lovely wife and kids, you know, for making it possible, letting me race, and the shop for supporting the payment every month on everything, of course. And,
Yep.
you know, of course, the league here, you know, all the guys in it are wonderful. We have a good time racing one another. And, of course, you for broadcasting for us, Bob.
I appreciate it, my man. All right, well, look, say 5 minutes to go before we race on over to the Shuler Racing Series. Non-wing 360 sprints at Volusia Speedway Park, all in honour of Phil Shuler. Look forward to that one. That one's going to be a tough race. Like I said yesterday, we'll have you back in the booth anytime we can. We knew it would be soon. Didn't think it'd be the next race, but here we are. So congratulations. And look, we'll talk to you sometime soon.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Travis. Good luck.
Yes.
All right, that was Travis McDonald. He is our winner of our first race here tonight, the Wayne's World Racing Us Racing Series. Just going to bring up the Twitch page as we have our first return of the bot. Haven't had one of those in a little while, actually. That button. Goodbye, Cryptic Wheat D. Thanks for joining in. All right, we're going to cut on over to the next race. That lobby, as I say, doesn't open for a couple of minutes, so we'll run the Shuler intro video, and we'll be back soon. Stay tuned. Oh no, that's not it. It's this one.
Fans, welcome to the Shuler Racing Series, where horsepower meets heart and legends are made under the lights. First off, a huge special thanks to the boys at Knuckleheadz for putting this series together, and to Team DWR Dirt Warrior Racing for stepping up as our proud sponsor. Without either of them, this whole show wouldn't be possible. And remember, every lap, every slide job, every door-to-door battle you're about to witness will be called by the one, the only Bob with BobbethTV, the magician with the mic, the voice from the land down under, bringing you every ounce of the action! But before we drop the green, tonight, we remember the man behind the name, the man whose hands turned wrenches like an artist, whose heart beat with the sound of roaring engines, Phil Shuler. This series is for you! May you forever soar above the dirt tracks, riding with the warriors you built for, the racers you believed in, and the sport you love with everything you had! Race fans, the stage is set, the engines are rumbling, the dirt is ready to fly! This is the Shuler Racing Series, and it's go time! For the sound of thunder and wheels, fuel in his veins, dirt under his heels. Phil Shuler built more than steel and chrome. He built a legacy drivers call home. White knuckle rides on a Saturday night, slide jobs flying under stadium lights. Every boat, every weld, every part he made, built for the brave who ain't afraid. This is the Shuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud. Feels riding with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute to flame, and we carry it on in the Shuler name. From the garage to the checkered line, he poured in love, he gave it time. Not just a car, it was a warrior shield, built for battle on that red clay field. Safety first for the bold and the fast, to make sure every driver makes it back. He was the heart, the soul, the spark. Now his legacy Knuckleheadz, we fly that flag. Dirt Warrior Racing's got our backs in the pack. BobbethTV brings the heat to the screen. It's the wildest show this dirt's ever seen. This is a Shuler Racing series. It's about love, grit, and white knuckle fury. From pit to podium, it's all fulfilled. It's passion and drive, a racing still. Dirt's flying tires grinding, we light up the track with feel in our hearts. We ain't ever looking back. This is more than a race, it's a legend in flame, and we'll ride till the end in the Shuler name. Yeah, we ride every turn, every fight, fulfill under the lights.
Race fans, welcome to the Shuler Racing Series, where horsepower meets heart and legends are made under the lights. First off, a huge special thanks to the boys at Knuckleheadz for putting this series together, and to Team DWR Dirt Warrior Racing for stepping up as our proud sponsor. Without either of them, this whole show wouldn't be possible. And remember, every lap, every slide job, every door-to-door battle you're about to witness will be called by the one, the only Bob with BobbethTV, the magician with the mic, the voice from the land down under, bringing you every ounce of the action! But before we drop the green, tonight, we remember the man behind the name, the man whose hands turned wrenches like an artist, whose heartbeat with the sound of roaring engines. Phil Shuler, this series is for you! May you forever soar above the dirt tracks, riding with the warriors you built for, the racers you believed in, and the sport you loved with everything you had! Race fans, the stage is set, the engines are rumbling, the dirt is ready to fly! This is the Shuler Racing Series, and it's go time! For the sound of thunder and wheels, fuel in his veins, dirt under his heels. Phil Shuler built more than steel and chrome. He built a legacy drivers call home. White knuckle rides on a Saturday night, slide jobs flying under stadium lights. Every boat, every weld, every part he made, built for the brave who ain't afraid. This is the Shuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud, feels riding with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute to flame, and we carry it on in the Shuler name. From the garage to the checkered line, he poured in love, he gave it time. Not just a car, it was a warrior shield, built for battle on that red clay field. Safety first for the bold and the fast, to make sure every driver makes it back. He was the heart, the soul, the spark. Now his legacy races through the dark. This is the Shuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud, feels riding with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute to flame, and we carry it on in the Shuler name. Presented by Knuckleheadz as we fly that flag. Dirt Warrior Racing's got our backs in the pack. BobbethTV brings the heat to the screen. It's the wildest show this dirt's ever seen. This is the Shuler Racing Series. It's about love, grit, and white knuckle fury. From pit to podium, it's all fulfilled. His passion and drive.
All right, BobbethTV is live once again. You know what that means? Another episode of Mud Mule TV coming your way. Let's get rid of that one there. And we'll get some race sound on our screens as well. We're not ready to resume the racing just yet. We've still got about 8 minutes to go before qualifying. But we just want to jump on into the race and get an intro. So this is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Shuler Racing Series. Why isn't that working? Oh, okay. Maybe it's the quotes. There we go. No, it's not working. What's going on? I was trying to get that little line from the song in the description, but it didn't work. We'll try it this way. There we go. All right. So the Shuler Racing Series, where legends are made and dreams ain't easy. As the song said, the boys out there in practice, Chad put about 14.870, quick time over 15.078, Kent McLean's time. But what we're going to do is we're just going to leave you with the practice session. I'm going to take a quick break, grab a drink, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes. All right, only about 30 more seconds remaining in this practice session before we get to the qualifying and the racing action. Riken X24 in the Twitch chat, bit late, but I'm here working and lurking to give 8. No, appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. This one is our second of 2 races. We started off the night with the Wayneswood Arse Racing Series. That one was won by Travis McDonald, that man right there on our screens. This is the Shuler non-wing 360 racing series, or Shuler Racing Series non-wing 360 sprint cars. Oh, Jesus. McLean, Andy Williams, Tom Land all out on the track straight away. That one there is Ken McLean. Right, Braden Carter, thank you for the like, brother. Appreciate you. Time's starting to come through. Tom Land 15.463, Kent McLean 15.734, 834 for Travis McDonald, 15.869 for Andy Williams. Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixed, Alan Hunt, Tim L. Brown. Also got some times on the board. 11 drivers have registered for today's race. Still 3 more to put some times down. Chad Puttabowl, John Bennett, Jonathan Foxworth. It looks like Chad, second quickest time on his first lap, 15.697. Not the 15.463 that Tom Land put down, but still pretty close. .504 was the best Chad could do there. 15.463 is the quick time. 15.694 for John Bennett. That man on our screens there, the B-Main Bandit, Jonathan at Foxworth, going to get himself. He started off with the top 5 time, but moved it up to a top 3, 15.601. As those qualifying times are set. Looks like we'll have 2 heats here tonight. Heat 1 will decide our inside line. Heat 2 will decide the outside line. And we'll have our feature race. All right, qualifying is wrapping up. We'll get over to our pretty screens for the grid. All right, Tom Land, Jonathan Foxworth, Kent McLean, Andy Williams. Ah, just bit my finger, bastard. Mikey Mixter and Tim L. Brown, they are the 3 rows for this one. Tom Land and Jonathan on the front row, Kent McLean, Andy Williams second. Mikey Mixter and Tim L. Brown will be on that 3rd and final row. Let's get down to the points to see who will be moving around a bit today in the feature. Looks like we've got Tom Land and Travis McDonald. Travis McDonald, our points leader. Tom Land, our winner from last week. Pace track. Nope, not going to leave the track, but one more lap around the sun first. Right, pace track left the track. Here we go. Jonathan Foxworth off to a great start there. Got that race car ahead of Tom Land, Ken McLean, Andy Williams, Mikey Mixter, and Tim L. Brown as Tom comes through the low line with some speed there. Oh, looked like almost a bit of contact, and Jonathan tried to avoid it, but the car just drifted all the way up the track into the infield. Caution has come out. Maybe no cautions in the heats here. And McLean, our new race leader. Tom Land still second. Andy Williams third. Mikey Mixter, Tim L. Brown, Jonathan Foxworth fourth, fifth, and sixth. Three in, three still to come here as Ken McLean is trying to hold off our winner from last week, Tom Land. Equal points leader as well, with Travis McDonald with 35 points in the series so far. Andy Williams headed into the pits. 5 cars remain. White flag lap is here. Coming up on a bit of lap traffic there in Jonathan Foxworth, who popped himself up into the wall out of the way. It's not going to affect his finishing position. Tom Lando sets. Had to really put the anchors on as he was coming up fast on Kent McLean there. Checkered flag, heat one's done and dusted. Waiting on the results to come through. Jonathan Fox with Andy Williams in the pits, guys. There we go. Thank you, results. Appreciate you for coming through. All right. So we know Andy Williams is going to score in 6th place. The B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth in 5th. Tim L. Brown 4th. The top 3, Mikey Mixter in 3rd. Motor International's Tom Land in 2nd. But BAM Motorsports, Kent McLean will take out the pole position start in the feature race here. Who's going to join him outside pole? Let's have a look. It's either going to be Chad Porterball or John Bennett on that front row. Let's get the screen up. There we go. Travis McDonald, Wayne Bridges on that 2nd row, or Alan Hunt on that 3rd and final row. Our last heat race for the night. Second last heat race for last other heat racing for tomorrow night as well. But this is it. One more main event still to come. Time around the track to get this heat race underway. Oh, yawn, yawn, yawn. I am so tired. All right, here we go. 6 laps. Heat 2, the Shuler Racing Series non-wing sprints. All for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Off to a great start. John Bennett second. Travis McDonald currently third. Wayne Bridges, Alan Hunt fourth and fifth. Lap 3 of 6. Oh gosh. Chilling with the jacket back on here as we finish the first half of Heat 2. 3 laps in, 3 laps still to come. Lap 5 of 6. Just one more to go here as we get to the end of our heat race action for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League Shuler Racing Series, presented by Dirt Warrior Racing. Have it, heat racing done and dusted for the day. Our lineup has been set for the feature race. We'll grab a look at the results of Heat 2 in a moment, and we'll get you that grid. Now, remembering that shit, I've forgotten already. There we go. Travis McDonald, Tom Land will be going to the rear of field. All right, our results of that one. Bam Motorsports, JJ Motorsports driver John Bennett in 5th, Alan Hunt 4th, Wayne Bridges for Wayne's World Racing Series in 3rd, Travis McDonald 2nd, but Chad Puttable wins Heat 2. We'll start on the outside line. Dirt Warrior Racing on the front row. Let's get down to the track. Get our grid going. All right, Ken McLean, Chad Puttable front row, Tom Lander, Travis McDonald. They're on the second row, but they actually go to the rear of field. So second row is going to be Michael Mitchell, Wayne Bridges, Tim L. Brown, and Alan Hunt. Third row, fourth row, Jonathan Foxworth and John Bennett, Andy Williams, and Tom Land on that 12th. Sixth row, seventh row is going to be Travis McDonald by himself. Oh, excuse me. All right, pace truck will leave the track this time. Our 35 lap feature here for the Shuler Racing Series non-wing 360 sprints will get underway. Right off and racing. McLean, Chad Puttable. Looks like Ken off to a great start there. Chad in second, Michael Mixter third, Wayne Bridges and Tim L. Brown fourth and fifth, with Jonathan Foxworth fourth and fifth now, because him and Tim L. Brown battling it out for that spot. Well, Mikey mixed up. Thank God for safety fences. We just saw that one there. See that one play out again, but Mikey mixed with the white and blue 13 there. Wasn't able to set properly. That back wheel hit the wall. That flicked him up into the safety barrier, which sort of carried him away from the crowd, which is what we wanted to do. But Jesus, big crash, big crash. First caution of the night for the feature race. All right, looks like it's going to be Ken McLean, Chad Putterball, front row. Jonathan Foxworth, Wayne Bridges on that second row. Third row is going to be John Bennett and Andy Williams. Tom Lander, Travis McDonald on that fourth row. Fifth row will be Tim L. Brown and Alan Hunt. Looks like Mikey Mixter is still in the pits. Looks like pace track leaving the track. Yep, we're going to get this one back underway. Lap 5 of 35. Still 31 laps to go in this feature race. Lots of racing still to come. Just 10 cars on the track. Looks like enough real estate for everyone to get up to speed. Sorry about the silence. Got myself a small bowl of cereal. I'm just trying to smash down. I had a little bit of hunger pangs going on. Just need to grab some quick food to smash down. Not really a big breakfast person, or even just meals at the right time person. Get the way into this race. 30 remain. Still Kent McLean, Chad Putterball, Jonathan Fox with Wayne Bridges and John Bennett, the 5. Travis McDonald, Tom Land, Andy Williams, Tim L. Brown, Alan Hunt, Mikey Mixter, 6 to 11. As Mikey Mixter gets that sprint car back out on the track in the competition. It's on the lead lap as well, so well done. I saw the 72 Alan Hunt just stopped dead on the track, no caution. He did crash, I can see it on the telemetry. Well, another crash there as well. We saw someone hit that infield wall. I don't think that was Alan though. Let's have a look at this one. No, he spun out up there. That's his crash. So the other crash didn't get registered. almost a third of the way into this battle. Excuse me, popping fit still. All right, lap 14 to 35. Ken McLean off to a good start, getting that run happening again. Back in fifth place there, just behind Jonathan Foxworth, Wayne Bridges, Chad Football, Kent McLean. He's got Travis McDonald, John Bennett, Andy Williams, Mikey Mixon, Tim Brown, Alan Hunt behind him. Josh Axton watching from Workbreak. Thank you, Josh, tuning in, my man. Well, there has been a collision there. That looks like it's the Chad Puddabog got caught up in that. I can't tell who the pink one is. Oh, that is Chad. The pink one is Chad. Oh, shit. That was not a good crash for Chad Puddabog there. The latest caution that comes out. All right, looks like single file restart where we're roughly at the halfway mark. Then we Ken McLean, Jonathan Foxworth, John Bennett, Andy Williams, Tim L. Brown, Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges, Travis McDonald. Looks like Chad Puddabog has retired. Tom Land and Mikey Mixter in the pits. So I just finish off my bowl of cereal. All right, 17 remain when we get this one back underway. The halfway mark is here. Ken McLean has been a very dominating force. Jonathan Foxworth, John Bennett, Andy Williams, Tim Brown have been constant in that top five. Wayne Bridges, Travis Hunt, Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges, Travis McDonald, Alan Hunt, Mikey Mixon, Tom Lamb, the 10. Our 11th car has retired. That's Chad Putaball. Kent really making that low line work here today. There's a lot of track to work with. Low line through 1 and 2. Looks like a bit higher line through 3 and 4. Let's see if he repeats it. A little bit higher. So he kept it about the same sort of speed there. Jonathan Foxworth, B-Main Bandit, trying to keep up with him. It looks like he is quite quick, but Kent just really running that line well. Caution has come out. Always right as I go to change the camera angles. So Tim L. Brown, the 49. Let's have a look. Oh, car just didn't want to set. Tried to keep it straight. It looked like, but it wouldn't turn into the walls. It goes. All right. It's be lap 25. No, lap 24, sorry, when we get this one back underway. Still 12 laps to come. So it's going to be a single file restart with Kent McLean, Jonathan Foxworth, John Bennett, Andy Williams, Travis McDonald in the 5. Tim L. Brown, Mikey Mr. Wayne Bridges, Tom Land, and Alan Hunt. Oh, bloody hiccups. The 10. We did have 11 cars registered. Chad Putaball unfortunately retired. Any of these lads race in real life? Yeah, a couple of them do. I'm not sure exactly who on the track right now, but I know Josh Roberts does, Chris Dandridge, Tom Land, the 91 sprint car, his son Matthew Land, who sometimes races, they race sprint cars in real life as well. But yeah, a lot of them do. A lot of them do, and a lot of them talk about the value of both, how either one helps the other. To 35, final fifth of this race still to come, 8 laps to go. Ken McLean still that race leader, the B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth still in second, the heartbreaker John Bennett though. He is coming up there in third with Andy Williams and Travis McDonald behind him for fourth and fifth. Just about 5 remain. We'll jump back up to the front and watch Kent McLean get his flowers in just a second. As he starts that final lap. Not final lap, final 5 laps, sorry. A lot have racing setting. Yeah, the racing setting names, says Josh on Facebook. Yeah, I get that. I see that a lot. Where I look at some of these names and you know, you're expecting like Rusty Shacklefords and all these like real racy sort of names, but yeah, no, a lot of them are very raceable sort of racing names. It's good. All right, still 3 laps to go. Lap 33 of 35. Kent McLean has this one well in hand with a 2.5 second lead over the B main Bandit, who looks like he is actually contesting with the 725 of Andy Williams right now. No, it looks like Andy had to tow to the pits. He looks like he might have came into contact with Jonathan Foxworth. Final lap, white flag lap. This is it, the last lap for the today's racing. We've got one more race to go tomorrow. That is the Motor International Limited Late Models. No racing tonight for the Australian Aussie Sim Racing League. Their GT3 challenge is complete. That'll be back next month as Kent McLean gets the checkered flag. The high fives will come racing in very soon. Feature results are as follows. Do Warrior Racing's Chad Putterball finished 11th. Mikey Mixter in 10th. 9th, Andy Williams. 8th, Alan Hunt. Tim L. Brown in 7th. 6th, Wayne Bridges. Motor International's Tom Land in 5th. Travis McDonald 4th. J&J Motorsports and BAM Motorsports driver John Bennett in 3rd. 2nd was the B main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth. The BAM Motorsports teammate Kent McLean will take the victory here tonight in what was a pretty good battle. Let's get over to the chat and have a look. That's going to help Kent points wise, but it's going to make it very, very tight. All right, Kent McLean, congratulations. Started pole position. Pretty much set that race up from the get-go, did not look back. Looked like Tom Land was going to show what he can do in a sprint car, and a few of the other guys, but they fell back through the field with just some incidents, some racing deals happening that allowed you to sort of just run off and run away with that one. Is that how you expected the non-wing 360 sprint car to handle here at crap, where are we, Volusia Speedway Park?
Yeah. I say I like these cars, and this track's I'm pretty familiar with, so as long as you didn't spin out or hit the yellow tires coming out of fourth, you were pretty much in good shape.
Yep. Now, once again, you guys, you take a class, you make it look easy out there on the track. Was it easy? Was the line good there? It looked like you could race that sprint car wherever you wanted. You had it on the low line for a bit, the mid to low, the high line up in 3 and 4. It really looked like it was responsive for you. Was that the track? Was that the car?
Yeah, there's a lot of throttle control. These cars are a handful, so you got to be easy on the throttle for sure, and try to stay in the moisture, because if you did hit the slick, you better not be in the gas, because it would whip around on you. So, but yeah, I could put the car about anywhere. Toward the end, because Foxworth was kind of sticking with me, and I finally found that slider line in 3 and 4. I could run down low the back stretch and just run a slider line in 3 and 4. That's where I really started pulling him. So I didn't let that line up after I found that.
Once you find that, once you see that relative jump like that, it's sort of, okay, there's the line. That's the one I'm running now, type of thing, until things change. And yeah, it went from such a close race, Jonathan really sort of doing what he could to keep up with you, to I think also a bit of that traffic sort of not helped, but allowed you to sort of just settle in and get that run going. And then ultimately, yeah, 2.7 seconds. Now, the point system has just gotten very interesting. The points tally, sorry, as we came into tonight's race, the top five was Travis McDonald on 35 points, Tom Land 35 points, John Bennett 34 points, yourself 31 points, and Andy Williams on 30 points. Now, obviously, Andy was probably the only one that did fall back a little bit in that pack. But yeah, with that win, I feel like I don't know if you're necessarily going to take the race lead, but I feel like we might be getting what is basically a 5-point gap between first and fifth is going to be very much non-existent come next week. Port Royal will be our next track. Do you think you can keep this sort of run going? I know it won't be non-wing sprint cars next week. What is it next week, actually? Let's have a look. It is going to be midgets at Port Royal. Can you keep this momentum run going? Can you upset the run that is Travis McDonald, Tom Land, things like that?
Well, if I don't have softball practice or baseball, then I'll definitely be here.
Oh yeah, you're not normally here Tuesday night. Well, Monday nights.
Yeah, Monday and Tuesdays. Mondays usually baseball, Tuesdays a softball. And if it rains, I get lucky and get to but yeah, if I do get to race at Port Royal, it's going to be just bide your time, avoid the wrecks, because there's going to be wrecks at Port Royal. It's kind of a paperclip, so it'll be fun if I get to race. I do love the midgets. They're very fun to drive. But yeah, hopefully I can shake up these points. I know I missed a couple races, so hopefully this tonight it'll help me stay in contention. So.
Yep. Well, still just the three winners in the Shuler non-wing series, and that is obviously Travis, Tom, and yourself. John Bennett has managed to stay consistent with a lot of second place, third place finishes to keep himself in that third position with no wins. But yeah, you guys sort of not really handing out the victories to the other guys just yet, sort of playing with them yourself. So it's going to be interesting as we get into the halfway mark, sort of see how that run builds, and if any of those other guys, there's a couple of guys on 20, 22, 24, 27 points that, just outside that 5 that can pick up a bit of consistency and come along and catch up from behind. So, it's going to be a fun run. I'm really enjoying this series. I think Chad's put a very, very cool idea together, and what a way to honour Phil Shuler and everything he's sort of done for the sprint world as well. So, it's excellent. All right, mate. Look, I don't want to wrap this one up too short, but I do have to. I've got a thing I've got to do in about 2 minutes that I've got to jump to. So we'll wrap this one up. Congratulations. Still one more race to go. That's the Motorway International Late Models. Hopefully it rains, and we'll see you tomorrow. If not, good luck with the kids at their sports, and we'll see you again the following week. But before we let you go, man, friends, family, sponsors, who do you need to give a shout out to?
The wife and kids for letting me do this. Chad and Phil Shuler, all the guys at KHR, and the admins. They do a great job week in, week out. You, Bob, for the broadcast, and KP Plumbing Services. And that's about it.
No, definitely could not agree more. You've got a very good team. For those watching at home, Ken, also one of those admins, so he won't give himself a pat on the back, but is most certainly responsible for a lot of the good stuff that you see. So definitely, thanks to you for everything you do too, Ken, with this, with the KP Plumbing Services, UMP Mods, all of the just everything that you guys do to back each other up. It's a brilliant thing. We know that John could take a bit of time off recently at the start of the year because of computer issues, and you guys all just stepped up, and it was like he was still here. It's a testament to the crew you guys have got together. So hopefully we see you on the screens sometime again soon. We'll have you in the booth anytime we can, man. That one is up to you. So congratulations. Enjoy the bragging rights for another week, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you. That was Ken McLean, our winner here tonight. Now, I do have to run. I'm not going to be able to jump on over to Twitch, do a quick raid out or anything like that. I've got an appointment I need to get to urgently. So we're going to quickly thank Kenneth McLean, Braden Carter for the likes on the broadcast, Josh Axton, Ryken, who else? Alan Hunt, George McDonald. There were some other names, but my chat has reset. So thank you everyone for coming and checking this one out. We'll be back again same time tomorrow for one more race, the Motorway International Limited Late Models for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Come and check us out. Until then, my name's Bob. You know the drill. Love yous all. Bye.